what's going on, guys? It's Dueling Monarch here, and today I'm going to be bringing you my updated Monarch deck build. And this one goes with the new TCG format, with the new meta and everything. And a few videos I've put up recently in the past week or two have kind of given the recognition that I'm coming back from my like 6-month long break from not being on DN is because I've had a lot going on in life at the moment. But I think I have enough time to get back into DN and catch up on everything that I missed. So this is the new Monarch build that I recently discovered, and yesterday, my bad, I put up a video on how I would be doing a deck profile of a new Monarch deck that I would be making, and here I am doing that. I haven't fully mastered the deck yet, and I'm still working out some of the cards and some plays to do with it. This is a build that I came up with today after I did a lot of research on it, watched a lot of videos, and just try to catch up with this new build and putting some of the newer cards into here that can kind of make the Monarch deck flow a lot better than my old one. This is a fresh and a completely new deck build than what you've seen from let me show you. This is my old build, and this, let me tell you, this build is completely different than this, right? This is an all new strategically built deck, and this is amazing. And this, I have to say, this completely wrecks the new TCG format when I go in to play single matches. This is amazing. Like I said, I have not mastered the full strategy, and I have not mastered the deck yet, but I'm getting there, and I just wanted to bring you the updated Monarch deck build, just to show you what deck I'm using with it. And I'll probably come out with a second video on some plays to do with it, and that pretty much after I've strategically mastered the deck and come up with just getting a good grip on the deck. I'll probably come out with a newer video explaining some of the plays, and just letting you know, like, you just saw that I did not get rid of the original Monarch build. It is still here, and I will still be using it occasionally when I feel like it, and I have a bunch of decks I use. But this is just the new build I have. So I have my classic Monarch build, and I have the new Monarch deck build. And yes, it is currently set to my default deck, so let's get into it. Starting off, I use 3 Ether, the Heavenly Monarch. He's one of the higher level monsters in this deck, and you can read his effect as you go along. This is going to be a really quick deck profile because, like I said, I haven't mastered the deck yet, so I'm just going to go through this quickly. So, as I said, starting off, I run 3 Ether, the Heavenly Monarch. Next, I run 3 Erebus, the Underworld Monarch. And after him, I run 1 Caius, the Mega Monarch, and 1 Mobius, the Mega Monarch. That's really it for the Monarchs. I run a total of, 3, 6, 8 total Monarchs. And after that, I run 1 Majesty's Fiend. His effect is really, really good because the thing about him is that when you're running a Monarch deck, you don't necessarily special summon a lot because Monarchs are tribute summoned monsters. So with him, his effect cannot be special summoned, monster effects cannot be activated. And the reason I say with the whole special summoning thing is a lot of these monsters have like special summoning effects. But normally I'll get Majesty's Fiend out on the field to try to finish the game, or to just block my opponent's side of the field. So I can explain the reason why I use Majesty's Fiend. Really good card to use in a Monarch deck because you can just completely shut down your opponent's side of the field. Next, I kind of run this little mini engine of Squires. So starting off, I run 3 Yugioh, the Heavenly Squire. I run 3 Yugioh, the Underworld Squire, and this little Squire engine kind of helps me get more cards on the field, and their graveyard effects can really, really help get the deck going to try to push my Monarchs on the field, and their effects are just convenient, I guess I could say that. Next, I run a total of 2 Vassal cards. I run 1 Landro, the Rock Vassal, and 1 Mithra, the Thunder Vassal. They're also kind of just easy little cards to get on the field, and their effects coincide with them having 800 attack and 1000 defense, and they work well with the Squire cards I run with that little mini engine I got going on. So their effects kind of work with each other hand in hand. So I can't fully explain it right now because I'm still trying to grasp the concept of how they work with each other, but this whole little mini engine, it just works. So that's all for the monsters. I run a total of 17 effect monsters. Onto the spells, we have 3 pantheism, of the Monarchs, and this is a Monarch spell card that I was not aware of at first until literally probably yesterday or today. And this is a killer Monarch card. This, if you're gonna run a Monarch deck in this new TCG format, this is a must run. Alright, so 3 Pantheism of the Monarch. Alright, and if you're interested to see, you know, what it does, you go ahead and read the effect. I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna go too in depth with what things do and plays you make. But like I said, when I master the deck, I will be coming out with another video to explain the reasoning behind the cards I use in the deck. Next, I run 3 Domain of the True Monarchs. These are field spells, so these really actually help your tribute summon monsters on the field, per se your Monarchs and, you know, your like your Squires. Those aren't necessarily like have to be, they're not tribute summon monsters or normal summon monsters, so those ones are kind of irrelevant. The Domain of the True Monarchs are mainly to help out your Monarch cards when they're on the field, because its effect is, you know, while you have no cards in your extra deck and you're the only player that controls a tribute summon monster, your opponent cannot special summon monster from the extra deck. That's just the first effect, and the downside to this is it only works if you are the only player who controls a tribute summon monsters. And with today's TCG format, there's a lot of special summoning that goes on from the extra deck and the graveyard and the normal deck. So 9 times out of 10, I'd be saying that you will be the only player with tribute summon monsters on your side of the field. So yeah, 3 Domain of the True Monarchs as your 3 of your like field spells. Next, I run 3 the Monarch Stormforth. Always got to go back to the originals. This card really is killer for getting your Monarchs on the field in a quick fashion. And if you're gonna run a Monarch deck, this is a must-run card, and I run it at 3. Next, I run 3 Tenacity of the Monarchs. This is just a card that can get Monarchs in your hand if you're kind of falling short. So say you have like a 2400 and a 2400 and 1000 in your hand. You just reveal that, and then you can pull a Monarch, not monster, Monarch, like another spell card. So say you want to pull like Stormforth or Domain or even Pantheism, and yeah, that's why I run 3 Tenacity, just to get those cards flowing. And you can also pull March. And moving on, I run 3 March of the Monarchs, because this card is another card that protects my Monarchs, or pretty much overall my tribute summon monsters that lay on the field, and it protects them from being targeted and destroyed by card effects. And my opponent, or not my opponent, but just me, I cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck, and that effect really doesn't matter, because as you know, we don't run an extra deck when it pertains to Monarchs. The one of, not really the one of, because it's not restricted to 1, but the one, I run 1 Return to the Monarchs. This is just to, I can pop this on the field whenever I tribute summon a 2400 and 1000 on the field. I can add a 2400 or 1000 or 2800 and 1000 from my deck to my hand. Excuse me, and this just helps get those monsters flowing into my hand, and I can continuously get them out on the field. Next, I run 1 Strike of the Monarchs. This is a new card that I've been running, and it's a really interesting card, and it can either screw you over, or it can really help you and be in your benefit. If you want to read that effect, go ahead. I'm still working out plays with this card, since it is a new card that I've been running. So it's iffy for me at the moment. You can swap it out if you want, but for now I'm trying to figure out how to make it work in my advantage. And next, I run the one of Rhoda, the Reinforcement of the Army. add one level 4 or lower warrior type monster from my deck to my hand, and I can't remember. One of these is a warrior. I'm confident that one of these is a warrior. Which one? This one. Ida is a warrior. Let's see. Yeah. So I run that one Rhoda to get my Idas to my hand, because if you can, get Idas in your hand and, pop off during the first or second turn, that can really help you get field advantage. That's one thing I do know about Ida, is that Rhoda, you can use that. Despite Rhoda, Ida is a really good card to just pop off with, and as long as you can get your flow going, this can be a very, very consistent deck to run with. That's it for the spells. I run a total of 18 spells, and moving on to the traps to complete this deck profile. I run one the Prime Monarch. I also run one Escalation of the Monarch. These two cards are really good. Honestly, you can take out this Escalation and run two Prime, but that really is up to personal preference, to be honest. And finally, I run one Solemn Warning and two Solemn Strike. These cards are just good to kind of slow my opponent down and stop some of their plays that they might be trying to do. Excuse me. So that's really it for the traps, and I run 5 of those. And really, it's the trap lineup. I would say that either 2 Prime Monarchs or 1 Prime and 1 Escalation are necessary for this deck. But the last 3, your Solemns, you can really fit in whatever is convenient for you and your play style of choice. So that's really it for the new updated Monarch build. And this thing, like I said, can really, really kill in the meta and TCG. I'm working on it still, and as I have said, once I master this deck, I will be coming out with an update video to explain to you guys some plays and go more in-depth on the card effects and some neat stuff you can do with this deck. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for taking the time out of your day to watch my videos. Hope you guys can look forward to the new content that I'm going to be putting out on my channel, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Monarch out.